Have you ever wondered why silver prices are being suppressed and banks are accumulating gold and silver? In this mind-blowing video, Andy Schectman, the president and founder of Miles Franklin Ltd, reveals his shocking discoveries that will change your entire perspective on silver investments. He has recently changed his entire prediction on this precious metals metal due to some alarming developments in the industry. According to him, the US government has been limiting the production of silver eagle coins, causing a ripple effect throughout the market that could lead to skyrocketing prices. But that's not all. Banks are secretly accumulating gold and silver behind closed doors. In this video, Schectman, a renowned expert in the field, shares his final warning and explains why the US government is limiting production of silver eagle, suppressing silver prices, and why banks are accumulating gold and silver. Let's get into it. Andy Schectman, a respected expert in the field of precious metals, doesn't just analyze silver markets. He also shares his deeply personal concerns about the state of our nation. He expresses his distress and disbelief at the events unfolding around him. As someone who has witnessed various economic and political developments over the years, his concerns hold a significant weight. Schectman's worries extend beyond financial markets. One of the distressing realities Schectman addresses is the notion of full faith and credit, a cornerstone of any nation's financial stability. He questions the current state of affairs and the implications it might have for our nation's financial standing. As Schectman delves deeper into the distressing realities he perceives, he mentions the unsettling possibility of insolvency. This term, typically associated with financially unstable countries, becomes part of the discussion. The idea that the nation might be on the brink of insolvency raises important questions about fiscal responsibility and the consequences of economic discussions. Andy Schectman brings to light the disturbing realities of how silver prices have been artificially suppressed for years. His insights shed light on the manipulation tactics employed by powerful entities to keep silver prices lower than they should naturally be. This suppression has far-reaching consequences that affect not only silver investors, but the broader financial system. One of the most intriguing aspects of this discussion is the potential influence on the US government on the silver market. Andy Schectman emphasizes that there is reason to believe that government entities may be involved in these market dynamics. Understanding the extent of government involvement in the silver market is crucial for anyone seeking to navigate the complex world of precious metals investing. Andy Schectman also delves into the intricate web of hedges and how they play a pivotal role in suppressing silver prices. These hedges are often created by powerful players who have a vested interest in keeping silver prices officially and artificially low. Andy Schectman shares his deep insights into the complexity of short positions within the silver market. He explains how these intricate financial instruments often confound even the most seasoned investors. Schectman's comprehensive understanding of these dynamics allows him to shed light on the hidden mechanisms that shape silver prices. In the fast-paced world of finance and precious metals, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day fluctuations of silver prices. However, Andy Schectman reminds us of the paramount importance of adopting a broader perspective. He encourages investors to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. By doing so, we gain a more comprehensive understanding of the silver market and its connections to broader economic and geopolitical factors. The silver market can be a frustrating terrain, marked by counterintuitive price movements and seemingly insurmountable challenges. Andy Schectman offers a ray of hope by showing us how to find optimism amidst these complexities. He points to the acquisition of silver by sophisticated traders and central banks as a sign of resilience and strength in the precious metals. Schectman's optimism is rooted in the recognizing that the price of silver may not always reflect its true value and that market manipulation can create opportunities for those who see beyond the surface. Andy Schectman also draws our attention to the global perspective and how the United States plays a pivotal role in shaping the precious metals market. The perception of the United States, once held in high regard, is undergoing a transformation on the world stage. Questions arise about the law. This shifting global perception influences the demand and significance of gold and silver as alternative assets. Schectman exposes the suppression efforts targeting gold and silver prices. He suggests that these efforts are not merely driven by profit motives, but serve a more significant purpose. The suppression of gold and silver prices is an attempt to maintain the illusion that the US dollar and the Western economic system are stable. Rising gold and silver prices are often seen as early warning signs of trouble within the financial system. However, Schectman emphasizes that this suppression cannot last indefinitely and that the rest of the world is growing increasingly skeptical of this facade. The implications of surging gold and silver prices are far-reaching. Schectman outlines the potential consequences if these precious metals were to break free from their suppressed value. A significant rise in gold and silver prices should be seen as a signal of distress within the US dollar and the Western economic system. Such a scenario might erode confidence in these systems and lead to a broader crisis. It's not just about financial markets, it extends to socio-political realms. Andy Schectman also gives a fascinating analogy of logarithmic decay and its great significance in understanding the dynamics of the precious metals market. Schectman likens the trajectory of precious metals to a river flowing towards the edge of Niagara Falls. This analogy serves as a powerful metaphor for the gradual buildup of momentum that can eventually lead to a dramatic and unexpected outcome. Schectman's discussion of logarithmic decay also highlights the uncertainty surrounding our current economic and political dynamics. Much like a river moving steadily towards a precipice, we find ourselves in a world filled with economic challenges, political upheaval, and shifting global powers. The analogy prompts us to contemplate where we stand on this metaphorical journey. Are we inching closer to the edge, or do we still have room to maneuver? The answer is uncertain. As we contemplate the river's metaphorical journey towards the edge, Schectman's final warning compels us to consider the potential ramifications. What happens when the forces of economic and political dynamics reach a tipping point? How will it impact our financial stability, investments, and overall quality of life? Schectman's analogy serves us as a reminder that even though we may not know exactly when or how these changes will unfold, we must be prepared for the unexpected. Schectman's insights also prompt us to consider that there may be more at play in the precious metals market than meets the eye. This perspective challenges us to look beyond the surface and delve into the hidden agendas that might be driving these actions. Schectman's discussion encourages us to ponder the motivations behind the US government's involvement in the gold and silver markets. While conventional wisdom may lead us to believe that these actions are purely profit-driven, Schectman offers an alternative view. He suggests that there could be a larger, more strategic reason behind the scenes. This could lead us to question whether the government's interests extend beyond financial gain. Schectman also shed light on the two critical anomalies: geologic and price. Geologically, silver is predominantly found near the Earth's surface, making it more abundant than gold in terms of availability. However, historically, gold has been valued much higher than silver due to its rarity. To better understand these anomalies, we must consider the historical context of silver to gold ratios. For centuries, the average price ratio between silver and gold has been roughly 16:1. This ratio was even acknowledged by Sir Isaac Newton when he attempted to establish a relationship between these metals for currency. However, Schectman's analysis reveals that the current ratio stands at an astonishing 7:1, representing a significant anomaly. The current 7:1 ratio represents a perplexing anomaly in the world of precious metals. Schectman's examination prompts us to ponder the implications of this discrepancy. Could it signify a fundamental shift in the value perception of these metals? What hidden forces might be at play to maintain such a ratio? These questions challenge us to look beyond the surface and consider the broader dynamics that might be shaping the precious metals market. If you enjoyed the video, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and watch this one as well.